Good morning, students. My name is Prashant Aide, and our class's name is Newton Global Science Academy, Jintur. Okay, so today we are going to be learn here about the 8th standard lesson, 8th standard science. And first lesson name is what? The living world and the classification of the microbes. What is meant by the living world? What about the living organism? Do you know the living organism? What about living organism? The organism which shows the characteristics like growth, movement, respiration, excretion, sensitivity, reproductions and the death are called as the living organism. Means what? Those organisms or those living things, they can do the move, they can do the growth, they can do the excretions, they can do the reproductions, they can die. That is called as the living organism. Okay, so there are some examples, like example plants, animals and the microbes. Okay, so these all are the examples of the living organism. Okay, so now next point is what? Our biodiversity. Biodiversity in the living organism. What is meant by biodiversity? What is bio? Bio means what? Life. Bio means what? Life. Okay, and diversity means what? Different. Means what is there is a difference between the living organism. There is a difference between the living organism. Okay, so what is the definition of the biodiversity in the living organism? The variety that we see in the living things. Variety means what? Different in their height, in their color, in their body structure. Okay, that is called as the variety. What? The variety that we see in the living things present on the earth are called as the biodiversity. Means which are the different types of the living things we see on our earth. Okay, so they are the different from each other. Now see, take example of me and take example of you. Okay, so you are the smaller than me, I am bigger than you. Okay, so same like this only. Take example of that the different types of plants which are the present around us. Now take example of the banyan tree. How it is? It is the too big. Okay, now take example of the any small, like take example of algae. Algae is a too small, which we cannot see by our naked eyes. Okay, so that is called as the living organism. And there is the what? Variety. There is the variety. There are different types of the plants, different types of the animals which we can see in our on our earth. Okay, that is called as the biodiversity. Bio means what? Life. Bio means what? Life. Diversity means what? Different types of the plants, different types of the animals, different types of the any other things. Okay, they are called as the living organism. Okay, so it is also called as the biological diversity. It is also called as the biological diversity. Now next is what is there? According to the 2011 census, around the 87 million species are found on our earth. Is what they are saying here. According to our government record, means there, according to 2011 census, there is the 87 million species are present on the earth, on the land also and in the water also. Means both also. So they are the, how many are the total? They are the 87 millions. So how we can understand them? There are some are the big, some are small, some are the aquatic, some are the terrestrial. Okay, so these are different types of the animals which we can found on our earth. So how we can understand that? How we can identify them? So is it easy for us to identify them? Now take our example of our school. Okay, in our school there are the first standard, second standard, sixth standard. Means continue we are making the classes. Why does that the teacher are making the classes? Because we have to be the understand that which students is studying in the which class. Okay, so because of that it will be easier for us to identify them. Same like this only. Same like this only. Means if suppose we have to study different types of these plants or these, how many living things are there on the earth? 87 millions. How many? 87. So this much the species, how we can identify them, how we can study. So because of that we have to be the study about that. So for that we have to make the classification. What do we have to make the classification? What is meant by the classifications? What do you mean by the classification? Classification is what? To make a separate or to make the group. Now let's see here the definition of the biological classification. What is biological classification? See here, the process of formation of group. The formation of group and the subgroups of the living organism by the considering the similarities and their differences. That is called as the classification or the biological classification. Now see here what they are saying here in this definition. They are making the process. Which types of process? Making the group or the subgroups. Means this on the earth we are making the different types of the groups, like to that the group also and the subgroup also. On the basis of what? Their similarities and the differences. If suppose we will be the make that there are the some plants are the same, so we'll be make them separate. Some plants are different, we'll make to them different. Take example of that on the basis of species, like cells. Take example unicellular and multicellular. Those animals are the unicellular, so we'll be make their group separate, and those animals are the multicellular, will be make their group separate. Take example of to the our also school. What? The girls classes are different and boys classes are the different. Why we are making that? Because it will go easy for us to study about their. We have to be study. It will go easy for us what to study about them. Okay. So now in our classes also there are the A, B, C, D like this. What are there? There are the divisions. Why we make the divisions? Because on the A in the our A class there are the brilliant students. On B class, medium students. C class again lower. D low. Means in D which class of the students are there? Which are the unable to read. Okay. So in this way, we will make the classification of the all living thing or the all living organism. So it will be go easy for us for what to study about them. So this is only the our point is what is our lesson name? Classification of the microorganism. Okay. So I hope you have understood these 2 points. Okay, or this is our introduction about our lesson. If you want to be the see our next points, so you have to be the subscribe to our channel and to that the likes. Okay, so if you want to be the study about the next point, then continue watch to my videos. Okay, thank you.